You're very welcome to my channel. My name is Becky Setra. If this is the first time you've come across my video or my channel, you're very welcome. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between having indefinite leave to remain in the UK and British citizenship. There's just slight difference, and if you want to know about this, why not watch the video to the end. So to qualify for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, there are different visas and the number of years you should have stayed and worked in the UK before you qualify. But basically, for those who arrived on Tier 2 visa, you need to have lived and worked in the UK for 5 years before you can qualify for indefinite leave to remain. For those who came on the or Tier 1 visa or founder of global talent visas, it can take about 3 years, and you need to meet the salary requirement as well. There are other requirements about English test and life in the UK test as well. As you know, the Conservative leader Kemi is proposing about 15 years. Anyway, that is not yet, so don't worry about that. So let's talk about your rights when you have indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So it means that you have no time limit on your ability to live and work in the UK. You are free to actually work in any employment or profession, and you can actually be self-employed as well. And in order to study, you're not going to be paying as an international student. You will pay as a UK or home student as well. Voting rights, yes, you can vote in some elections, especially if you're from the Commonwealth countries, but you cannot stand for public office, so you need to check all those things. Access to healthcare, so if you obtain your indefinite leave to remain, you would not be paying the immigration health surcharge any longer. So you know, that's a lot of money people have been paying, isn't it? And any child born as you have got your indefinite leave to remain would qualify for British citizenship. The only issue you need to bear in mind is that if you have indefinite leave to remain in the UK and you leave the UK for more than 2 years, you would automatically lose your indefinite leave to remain in the UK. I did not know that. So if you have ILR, make sure when you go outside of the UK, you are not going to live outside for more than 2 years. If you do that, you will lose your indefinite leave to remain, and you would also have to reapply or apply for returning resident in order to get your indefinite leave to remain back. And you have to also prove that you still have strong ties with the UK. It's the same for other people. For those who have settled status as a result of their EU settlement, I think this is between 4 and 5 years. They cannot go and live outside of the UK for 4 to 5 years. If you do that, you will lose your indefinite leave to remain. And you may be asking whether your indefinite leave to remain can be taken away from you. Absolutely yes, that can happen if you are deported as a result of something, criminal offense, or if you have obtained, or if they find out that you have obtained your indefinite leave to remain in the UK by fraudulent means or by deception. So if you obtain your ILR due to deception, your indefinite leave to remain can be taken away from you. Your indefinite leave to remain would lapse as well if you stay outside of the UK for 2 years or more, which I've already talked about, and you need to reapply as a returning resident. And you have to prove that you still have strong links with the UK. Now, so that is about your rights, about indefinite leave to remain. So to become, what are your rights and how do you become a British citizen? There are different means of obtaining a British citizenship, but I'm talking in this video about the process from indefinite leave to remain to British citizenship and what your rights are and the difference, so you can see the difference. So in order to apply for British citizenship, you should have lived and worked and obtained your settlement or indefinite leave to remain first, and you apply for British citizenship 1 year after you have got your indefinite leave to remain, or 12 months, so 1 year or 12 months, and that gives you the right as any British citizen, and it also gives you the right to apply for a British passport. And also you can stand for public office. So if you want to become an MP, yes, you can stand for a public office, and you'll be allowed to vote in any elections. Also, it allows you to live and work in the UK without any immigration controls as any other citizen. Any child you born in the UK as a British citizen would automatically be a British citizen, and your spouse can apply if they already have indefinite leave to remain or settled status in the UK, or if they have lived lawfully in the UK for 3 years, they have passed life in the UK test, they have met the relevant English test requirement, and they are of good character as well. They have not lived outside of the UK for 270 days or more in the 3 years period, or they haven't lived outside of the UK for 90 days in 12 months rolling period. Now, as a British citizen, you can actually live outside of the UK for as long as you wish. So as compared to the indefinite leave to remain, if you live outside of the UK for 2 years or more, you will lose it automatically. It's gone. But as a British citizen, you can live outside of the UK as long as you want. And you also want to know whether your British citizenship can be revoked or taken away from you. Yes, British citizenship can be revoked or taken away from you for national security reasons or for fraudulent reasons. If you've engaged in a fraudulent activity, national security related or counter-terrorism related problem, yes, British citizenship can be taken from you if they feel that your coming back would pose security risk to citizens in the UK. So briefly, it's just to answer that question, the difference between indefinite leave to remain. I think both of them allow you to live and work in the UK without any problems. You can lose your indefinite leave to remain if you live outside of the UK for 2 years or more. British citizenship, you cannot lose that. You can only lose it if you engage in criminal or terrorism offense, or something that you've done something that would pose risk to the country. So basically that's about it. I hope this has been helpful. Please remember to subscribe to my channel as well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.